All right, we're back. We're coming up on a fight between Dan Phippen, fighting out of Whitman. He's an old friend of ABT, Atlantic Boxing Television, as we covered his fight from Foxborough last. And he's going to be fighting Jose Rodriguez, who's fighting out of Hartford at about 156 pounds. It's the junior middleweight matchup tonight. Atlantic Boxing Television, Peter McGowan, John Horrigan, Paul Stivaleta. Not necessarily in that order, but we're here. We're down here at ringside. We got the special press passes. We just had an interview with the promoter. We've got girls, we've got hot dogs, you name it, we've got it. ABT, often imitated, never duplicated. Atlantic Boxing Television.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 4-round junior middleweight contest. In the blue corner tonight, weighing in at 156 pounds, wearing blue trunks from Aspen, Connecticut, Jose Rodriguez. And in the red corner, right here at 152 pounds, from Whitman, Massachusetts, he's wearing black trunks. Danny, that listening man.
So we're coming up on the junior middleweight battle here, Paulie. It's Dan Phippen in the black trunks fighting Jose Rodriguez in the blue trunks. And there's the bell for the first round. We're underway. We saw Dan Phippen fight up in Foxborough, Paulie. He won his fight up there. He fights out of Whitman, of course. He's fighting down at the Whitman Armory in the South Shore Boxing Club. Rodriguez fights out of Hartford, and it's a lot of dancing and jumping around here. Both fighters on their toes. Looks like one is waiting for the other to throw a punch so the other can counter. Oh, and it looked almost like Rodriguez was a little bit dazed there. It might have been a little bit of possum action, Paulie.
Yeah, he's just laying back. Phippen is a good little fighter. He comes out of a great gym down there in Whitman, great trainers, and a real good gym, and you're going to see some good boxing. This Rodriguez is a laid-back fighter, but he's taking a little too much punches, and you can't give Phippen that opportunity to lay on the ropes like that and let him hit away at you.
No, that's it exactly, Paulie. Phippen just looks like he's manhandling Rodriguez here, as Rodriguez has yet to land a punch almost, it seems almost. Dan Phippen, though, his trainer is Vinny Vecchione, and you know anybody training in Vinny Vecchione's stable is going to be a good fighter.
Oh, definitely. Vinny has been doing a great job with fighters right along, and he's done a great job with Peter McNeely, as we all know, and you see some good fighters coming out of Whitman. And the other Rodriguez is just throwing a lot of punches, doing a lot of fast movements, and it doesn't look like he's really ready for this fight. I think he's going to just empty it all out in one round.
Did you hear that? He's going to empty his chamber, folks. Eddie Fitzgerald is the referee, but it seems to me, Paulie, it's just a matter of time before Dan Phippen finds his mark.
Yeah, but Rodriguez is always dangerous. A guy like this swinging from the floor is dangerous at all times. What Phippen's got to do is wear him down, let him get through pushing and shoving in those wild swings, and start landing a couple of combinations, and it'll take a toll on him.
Sure will. Actually, Paulie, you know, I've noticed that you always kind of stick up for the guy that looks like he's going down, but Danny Phippen has just gone right after Rodriguez here from the opening bell here, and looks to me like Rodriguez does not have a chance.
Well, he's pretty dangerous though at all times. Swinging from the floor like that, he's very radical. It's hard for Phippen to get off any punches because of this kid being so radical. But his chin's wide open, and I think when Phippen lands a few good solid punches on him, we'll slow him down, and Rodriguez will be in a little trouble then. But he's really a radical up there, and that's the tough opponent to fight with here. Moving all crazy ways, legs going all different directions. Doesn't give Phippen a chance to to get himself set for any good combinations and good punches. But in the second round, you'll see Phippen deliver some good blows, and Rodriguez, I think, is going to be a little more tired. He's just jumping around there. I don't think he knows too much what he's doing up there, and you'll see something in the second round. Phippen putting some combinations together and taking this kid out.
Yes, sir, Paulie. You saw at the end of the round there, look, Danny Phippen was kind of complaining on a headbutt as Rodriguez kind of ended up cutting Dan Phippen above his left eye. So that could hold some weight as the fight goes on, as it looked like it was a butt that may have cut Danny Phippen above his eye. Rodriguez is cut, so we're coming up on the second round here. Dan Phippen in the black trunks, Jose Rodriguez in the blue, and Rodriguez is using his might and his force, just gravitational force, to push Danny Phippen in the corner. Now he's trying to set up that left hand, but Phippen fights his way up the ropes, turns it around, and now goes to work on Jose Rodriguez. Rodriguez, Paulie, like you said, is swinging wildly, and it's a tough fighter to fight. But now Danny Phippen looks like he's found his strategy to fight this guy, and he's just laying into him on the far ropes.
Yep, this kid Rodriguez is dangerous to hold, but he just got nailed there. He's down with a punch. He's real crazy and wild up there, and it made it very hard for Phippen to place himself and to get any combinations off. But as we could see, Rodriguez was only in there for a while with his street fighting and crazy movements, and you know that wasn't going to last too long. I know it, and he's had to wait until Phippen found himself and nail him with a good shot, which he has done, and we see Rodriguez go down.
It's all over. Here we see the knockout. 1, 2. Paulie, speaking of street fighting, Danny Phippen had something to say to Jose Rodriguez at the end of that fight, and Rodriguez is still sitting down in his stool, and he looks like he's in no man's land.
Yeah, well, I think he's more exhausted than he is hurt. As you take a good look at him, you know, as that fight was going on, he was throwing so many punches. He was out of shape. He turned a little pale. I noticed that in Rodriguez because of exhaustion, and he was just panicking up there, throwing punches from all angles, and I don't think he had any desire of being there for the full 4 rounds. Because it doesn't take anything away from Phippen, because he's a good little fighter, and it's just tough to fight a guy swinging from all over, all different directions, and he needs an opponent that's a worthy opponent, stand-up fighter, so he can get his combinations off and to show himself with some ability. Tough fighting guys like that.
The winner by knockout in 57 seconds.
Good fighter, real good fighter.
Dan Phippen, winner by knockout at 57 seconds of the first round. Paulie, you mentioned he needs quality opponents. If Danny Phippen keeps up this record and keeps that fight game the way he has it planned and the way he has been executing, he's going to get some good opponents, I'm sure.
Oh, he definitely is, and like I say, he didn't have a chance to show his true ability and his real good form, and especially what he learned in the Whitman gyms, which all good fighters come out of. It's a great school of fighters in Whitman. But fighting a guy as crazy as that and moving in all angles and legs flying, irons flying, pretty tough for a guy to settle down and box. You know, of course, Phippen could have done the same thing with his legs kicking out and flying around too. Would have been a hell of a match then, but it would look like kickboxing, I guess. Not taking anything away from kickboxing, and great art, but...
No, you're right, Paulie, though. That's a wild style, out of control, that, you know, it's just haymakers and, oh, I got to watch out for this. But Dan Phippen went right to him and took him out. We'll see it again here, and he's on the far ropes, and boom, and again. And it's all over for Rodriguez. We'll be right back on Atlantic Boxing Television.